Hey guys, and welcome to our very first look of the Farming Simulator 17 add-on Straw Harvest. So we're here in the building. I do want to extend a massive thank you to Aerosoft for allowing me to do this and to give me the key. So this is technically, I guess, if you want to call it, sponsored by them, as they have given me the key to the DLC. So we are in the first building. This is made by Creative Mesh, which basically you guys know by the name of BM Modding. Got a lot to live up to on this, and I must say I'm quite pleased with it. So inside the building here, you got all the lighting, some nice detail. You got heaters, the crane, the storage for your pellets, the crane icon here, which we'll show in a minute. Of course, this is the Promos. Basically, it makes straw into straw pellets. I believe they use them, and correct me if I'm wrong, in the heating industry. I've seen pellet furnaces. I believe it's basically renewable energy that burns better. So this compresses them. The setup you see here has a conveyor belt, so straw goes into there, down, compresses, pellets go into there, up into the bagger system, and it bags it, which looks pretty darn cool. Up the conveyor belt, puts it into a pallet, and boom, out the door. The doors here do open. I must say this is a beta copy, so hopefully there are some teething issues that will get worked out, because what I'm noticing is on my Xbox controller, it's got S+1 open gate. That doesn't ring any commands, but we can open the doors with the mouse. And the way that folds is pretty damn cool, actually. I like that. Over here, we got opening doors as well. Again, doesn't work with controller. Lighting, very bright indeed. I like the chronas on these two. And again, same as the door over here. So let's jump over and check out the rest of the machines. Okay, we're in the shop window now. So this is basically all of the stuff that comes out with the Straw Harvest DLC. You'll see here various different loaders. So we've got a small, medium, large. What's there? Brussels and lad. Pronunciation probably bad, but I don't care. So it's $6 grand for that. 14,000. Wow, that's expensive. And a lizard brand, which is interesting. So you can set the mid-size one up: front loader, wheel loader, telehandler, front loader, all that good stuff. The big one is purely for the wheel loader, the big one, and this one's for, again, all of them, by the looks of it, yeah. We'll move along to all the piece of resistance, let's see. So the Primos here, the 5,000, is 280 grand, needs 350 horsepower, and it's got a holding tank of 8,200 litres, working speed of 6 miles an hour, and you can see it needs water. The Molasses, I'm mispronouncing that now, and it's doing my head in. Concept bale shred conveyor belt. Okay, so this is probably fake. Doesn't really exist. The round baler, I'm not even gonna comprime. V180 XL. And the one thing I'm really excited about having is a big pack baler in here, the 1290 HDP2XC. So these, the small baler requires 80 horsepower. The biggest baler it does is 8,600 litres. Wow, I'm guessing that's right. Yeah. Oh, is it on about? No, that's going to be on about string out on strings, I bet. The netting, sorry, because 14,000. Yeah, that seems a bit funky. 256 horsepower for the big pack baler, 60 mile an hour working speed. And there's the twine down there. And the bale collect 1230, which is really neat. Basically, it piles them into 3 bales and slides them off the back end of it. That's got some teething issues too. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly in this. We'll go to placeables. And we'll check out the warehouse. The warehouse is extremely expensive. They call it the pallet hall. 4,000 to place it down, 200 a day. The sell point is 500. Basically, you can put that within reason wherever on the map. The pallets of stuff. So Here is the Molasses, as they call it, Molasses, whatever. I think it's basically like a glue. Makes the pellets stick together and compress. The Baler net pallet, and the Baler twine pallet. Now I'm going to talk a bit about those things, those two things in a minute, because I'm kind of disappointed with that. So, BM Modern, we all know them, the creators of this basically, have brought out the Chrome Optima in the past. And if any of them could chime in on this, I'd love to hear their input. Is why we can't pick up the twine anymore and manually put it in. Everything from this to this opens, you can't manually put stuff in there like you could before. I'm thinking consoles is what I'm thinking. So let's take a good detailed look. We're in front of the big pack. It seems to me like this is so much more larger than the normal in-game balers. The detail in it's fantastic. You can have extra storage back here for bale twine. And I've not put out a single bale yet. Presumably these are the standard bales it makes. I'm kind of hoping so. But nice detail up in that. You can see the flywheel. And you can see where the brake can go onto it. Where it would typically get rusty from the brake being applied. Which is really neat. A different style of tyres than we're used to seeing. But I am thinking that these will be on console eventually. Don't quote me on this, guys. As far as it is right now, it's not on console. Here's the Baler Collect. This has got issues. When I pull forward, you'll see it in a minute and we'll park. This will slide over to the left. But this is a beta key. Can't stress out enough. There may be some issues that end up being shown. And we'll look at the round baler. All its detail. So I do plan on using every single one of these in the field to demonstrate it, and to demonstrate the various different size bales. So first of all, let's have a look. This is the Molasses. This requires water as well, so you've got two tanks here. Presumably blue is the water, and that one is the Molasses. If we jump into the tractor, as it's all hooked up, you can see we've got nice icons. One is water, 15% fill, and the other is the additive, the Molasses, whatever you want to call it. So we can start up the tractor. The lighting on it, real nice bright chronas, indicators. I don't think it's got reversing lights. No, it doesn't. But I've got a no collision camera enabled, and the detail that's in this model that people won't be able to normally see is immense. What appears to be like a handbrake cable there to lock those on. An air tank there for the air brakes, no doubt, because you can see the actuators there, so yeah, it does have braking. If you glitch in here, you can see the brake drums, the detail on the hub where the bearing is. Inside here, you can see the compressor wheel, various different conveyor belts and stuff that all move. And even down on this side, I believe it is, the belt system here. That all moves. Stuff that we can't see. Now we'll fire it up. And you can see the press there rotating and the tumbler there. And we'll just go inside again. You can see all the conveyor belts moving. Right there. Go over here. The belts. Tiny little pulleys. All sorts of stuff. Now you may be wondering, how do we connect to this pallet or the conveyor belt here that you see on the side? Very simple. It just connects like that. Now, I must say, the beta version, the pallet is messed up right now. You cannot get the two forks for the forklift underneath there. It glitches. I've been finding that these two blocks here is where it is. So I can quickly demonstrate that. Again, it's just a teething issues, no doubt, that they will fix with the upcoming update. But you can see that's as far as it will go. But if we do this, it handles it very sort of funkily. The other pallets, though, I will say, handle absolutely fine. No issues whatsoever there, but I thought I'd just point that out as a known issue, if you like. So we'll disconnect this and head over to the Crone Baler. So this is where it's pretty interesting. So we've got the baler on. Of course, as normal, we can unfold the chute. Rear lights, put them on. We've got reversing lights as well on this. Full working lights, beacons. Similarly, of one, we've got full working lights and all that good stuff there. You can see, if we open up the F1, we've got, where is it? Full Baler, lower bale twine boxes. We'll do that. The way they fold down is pretty neat. I've never seen that before. And that's how they open. So you would think if you were used to the old one, okay, I can walk up to here and pick it up. No, it's too heavy. So how do you do it? Well, you get inside the tractor, and this is where it's disappointing. You see refill baler, and presumably, bam, just like that, it's refilled. That's disappointing in my mind. It'd be nice if we could manually do that, considering I've got it selected for manual. If we go here, so a feature I didn't show, which I should have, is you can buy the balers. Bale chute, bale collect, manual, automatic. Something I will try. I haven't done it yet. Maybe it's a little funky there, and it's always full. I don't know. I think it's a little bit broken. Hopefully it is, but I don't know. So we'll lift the bale twine boxes. Now, typically, if you're going to want to store the bales, this is the machine you're going to be using 9 times out of 10. So we'll take this down to the field, and we'll meet you guys down there. Alright, at the field, we'll lower that. We'll switch on this beast. Sounds the same as most of the stuff. Do we have moving components? So we can see the flywheel spinning around there. None of the interior plunger moves, but it's all modelled. The auger up the front, the tines. And as I say, I'm pretty sure this just makes a normal bale. And no doubt, you can use... Oh, I like the dust trail coming off of that. That's cool. And this is quick. You can bale really quick with this. That's very nice. Very nice indeed. Now, I know you can bale incredibly fast with these balers. So we'll produce probably couple of rows, maybe actually just one more row, and then we'll use the bale collector. We'll jump to that so I can show you guys that. But looking at the bales, they are standard Giants bales, which is good. Why is that good? Well, if you want to use an auto-loading trailer, the Flieger auto-loader trailers which are available from Giants Mod Hub, you can possibly do that with this baler. The round baler, possibly not, due to that being custom bales, presumably. Okay, so that's the end of that. So typically you shut it down, and if memory serves, no, wrong button, we hit this, and you can inject the bales out, which actually ejects quite a few. Dang. So, with that, we'll check out the bales close up and make sure they are and Giant ones. They do appear to be. Yeah, they appear absolutely standard, which is cool. So we'll head back over there and get the other square baler with the collector on the back. So something I'll just point out real quick, you can see visibly this is sliding off to the left. Not sure what causes it. I've seen some machines do it in the past in the game. But it's moving. It's moving. Okay, back down at the field, I'll show you this. So normally you'd unfold the chute, not in this case. So we'll hold F1, go over to the bale collector. And again, I'm using this with an Xbox One controller plugged into the PC. So we'll hit left button A, which would be normally look to see X on the keyboard. So what happened there? It sucked itself in. You watch it there. Pulled it right up tight. So when it goes into this mode, it's basically a normal trailer. When you hit X, it will suck itself into the chute, and it will become one piece. The rear axles just turn. Honestly, this is the easiest way to maneuver the thing, probably full stop. So we'll switch on the baler, lower the header, and get going, and see how this works, whether it's automatic or manual unloading. Now, this is going to be very useful, for sure. Now I believe once we get a bale on there, it should kick off to one side, like so. One more bale off to the other side, and one bale there. Now what I'm interested to see is, does it manually unload? Yes, it does. See, the fact it does that, that is really cool. We'll do that again. I like that. There's some mods out there, or some parts that do this, but it's not manual. Well, it's manual, sorry, not automatic. And that rolls down like that. So we'll stop it, lift it up, actually we'll lift it down. We'll unload, see how it does when it unloads. That's one, and that's all it's going to do. So can you manually unload it, is the next question. Unload bales, why? Yes, so you can manually do it if needs be. That's pretty cool, I like that. So we'll head back to the store and show off the round baler next. Okay, so the round baler is very much like the Chrome Optima in a lot of the features that it has, the same sort of bout. You go inside and it looks pretty similar. Of course with this you're going to have to stop, unlike the Chrome Optima when you can keep on going. So if you open F1, you can see set bale size O on the keyboard. So we can have 1.8 meters, 1.1, 1.3, 1.55 and 1.8 meter bales. Various different sizes. That is going to be an issue with any of the auto-loading trailers right now, so if that will sway your decision, shouldn't do. To open up the net, again, this is what I mean disappointing. That would be done by outside the machine, and of course you can't pick any of this up, like the Chrome Optima. It is, what is it, refill. Bam, refilled. 2 brand new nets. 102 bales you can do out of it. So we'll take that down to the field and we will run through the various different sizes. Alrighty, out the field, and we have currently 1.1 meters set. We'll lower the header down. Sounds pretty much the same as a normal baler there. And we'll slowly come into the straw. Now it's not going to take long to be full. Standard beeping, 100%. So 3,500 litres in the small one. We'll unload the bale. Oh wow, look how small that is. That's tiny. Okay, hopefully they won't roll as much. That'll be one benefit with this baler. Maybe. We'll go up one size. And we'll see what size this is. So 4,000. So 1.3 was that? I believe it was 1.3. 1.3s are the standard bales in game, right here. That rolled quite a way compared to the tiny one up there. Okay, so that was 1.3, 1.55, which I'm not sure what size this will be. And we need to cut across, so that's 4,000 already. Lift that up and listen to the beep, 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 beep. All the way through here. 5,000. Makes somewhat sense. Good size bale. Lower that. Notice it barely rolled as well. We'll go to 1.8, which is the biggest bale. If I can get on the straw. Jeez. Not so much dust coming off of this one, unlike the square. So it's probably going to be 6,000. 6,500 litres, dang. So it's a big HD bale in that respect. Unload and see the size of this one. This is the type of round bales I'm typically used to seeing around by me. Hey, wonder what was up with the camera there. Very nice. Looks very much like the Chrome Optima ones, just various different sizes. Towards the end, we'll do a quick roundup and we'll show you all the various different sizes together. And we'll quickly have a look at that. So that's standard size bale in the game. And this is just dinky. Don't know why you'd want something like that, but alrighty. Okay, now the Promos. Alrighty, we're in the field with the Promos now. This is going to be interesting, so we'll fire her up. It's a pretty quiet machine, it must be said. Not much noise to it. And this is the first time I have ever used it. So once you put the header on the ground, you'll notice the spikes kick in. Not sure what they do particularly, but here we go. And we'll start gathering material. So the working speed is 6 miles an hour of this machine. Very understandable. So you got stuff coming in, material in here, pellets going up the conveyor, down into the holder tank, right there. Let's get back on the row. And something that kind of made me laugh. These bits here, they're for like trailer hitches, which is interesting. So maybe you can adjust it on the real one. I'm not too sure. So we'll fill it up quite a bit there. So it's every once in a while you get pellets coming through. It's not constant by the looks of it. Oh, maybe it is now. Yeah, there it is. Dynamically adjusting. Now, another thing to bear in mind with this machine is it's heavy. Even stock, like, you can tell it's a weighty machine. To be understanded, no doubt it takes a lot of hydraulic, well, not a lot of hydraulic pressure, but a lot of physical pressure to create these pellets. And you can see also the liquids and all that stuff is going down. So what we'll do is, it's almost full, but we'll fill it up. And we'll unload it into a trailer so you guys can see that. And we should be right back. Okay, so perfect timing. The tank's full and we ran out of water with what it gives you. So, I'm not too sure how the water's actually filled. Pretty sure it's the same as you would do normally. So, I'm going to jump, grab a tractor and trailer, and we should be right back. Alrighty, we've got the tractor and trailer, so we are going to fire this bad boy up and put the pipe out, which is here. So it holds 7,500 liters, plus whatever liquid. So needless to say, I think this add-on pretty much acts as like a DLC. It injects everything into each other. So we'll try and get a good look at the fill plane, which I'm not going to be able to by the looks of it. So it empties at quite a rate. And there it is. Oops. Try driving forward. There we go. So I can't actually do any more pellets, sorry, because we're out of water in this. So we'll look in the trailer. And you can kind of see what they look like. Just little round mini log looking things. So we're going to now head over to the factory, dump that, and possibly load up some bales. I'll show loading the stack of bales that we got going, and then take them down. And then we'll see you guys back when we're done that. Okay, I thought I'd go over the warehouse a bit now. When you're looking at the boards, you can extend them, which makes, on the controller, makes you jump at the same time and decrease. And over this one too. Exactly the same thing. Extend and whatnot. So we're just keeping it like that. There's no need, I believe, if you go here too. So, can you do this one? No, you can't do that one. So we'll back up and tip. I believe this is just a tip point. Hopefully it's not a sell point. I don't think it is. No, it's not. It is a storage facility. Another thing to talk about is it's a placeable, so you've got the high boundaries there to make it level. And it does a pretty okay job at blending in with Giant's Grass. I think it's a little on the green side, but yeah, beggars can't be choosers there. You guys can see the colour differences there. And quite the ramp getting up into it can be a bit of a pain. You can see the switches there. Nice galvanised look to it, actually. I really like this building. To be fair, they did an amazing job on this. Alrighty, so we've got some pellets here. See what they look like on the ground. And we can make some pellets, so let's go over and grab a tractor with a trailer and load up some bales. Alrighty, so the bale grabs. They work interesting. I'll say that because the way I think they're supposed to work, they're not. So, if we hit forward bale grab, wings will fold up on this model. This is obviously the one for the big wheel loader. No surprise there. What is kind of confusing me is if we angle it, get it up and angle it down, you guys can see a bit better maybe. You'll see grab bales. Just the centers rock over. I'm pretty sure all of them are supposed to go over, not just the centers. Maybe wrong, but yeah. And the controls for it seem weird on the controller. You would think it would be hit the same button again and it will release it, like is the case for most lock and unlock triggers. No, it's up on the D-pad. And there's two separate keys on the controller too, or the keyboard. So you can see it rocking over. It just seems like the rest of them should be doing that too. I don't know. Am I wrong? Just how I would anticipate it. And it's the same on this smaller one, just without the wings, and the other one over there, honestly, I haven't really looked up. Alright, in the field, this is our very, very first time using anything like this ever in the game, even with mods. Of course, we're probably all aware that there were mods, I believe, that had the availabilities to do this. So we'll get somewhat lined up. And surprisingly, we're pretty much square. And chuck that down, I think. This pretty much squares it up. Drive up and hit the Y. Ah, did all of them lock in then? Ah. So it only does it if there's bales there. Okay. I understand how it works now. So lift it up. And we'll just dump these on. Now I don't think I'm going to create like full-on beautiful stack of these. I'm just going to run them down to the building and show that side of things as well. But if you wanted to, and you had, because I believe this can take 4 bales, but this would be, this literally makes loading an absolute breeze. That is awesome. Now to get stuff like this that are done singularly stacked up is a bit of a pain. So I don't know, unless you've stacked them already and you're just simply moving them into another building. I don't know how often I'd use this one in a field particularly, because that would be a pain. I can see that now. I'll just drop that down. So we'll, quick demonstration of that, we'll head back down to the main building. Of course I'm going to strap these down so they are not going to run away on me. Actually, we'll just jump into the tractor and do the good old Giants thing of strap everything down. And we will meet you down at the barn. Alright, down at the warehouse, barn, whatever you want to call it. You've got the icon here for the crane. And hit the button, and we're in the crane. So the crane is, as you'd expect, mouse controlled. Left mouse button is your back and forth like this. And then the actual grab mechanism is on that as well. Right mouse button is the jaws. Both of them are up and down. Now be warned, this thing can go through the ground. And I basically had to restart the sour it and restart it. Also holding them can rotate it left and right. So, first of all, we are actually going to swap the grab. I'm going to use the Xbox controller to control it because I feel I could probably do better once I figure out the controls on that. So we'll move it down here. So you hear the hydraulic whining noise. I don't know how I feel about that because that's kind of irritating. Okay, that's weird on the controller, I'm not going to lie. Lower it down. And so it holds. Wait. Oh. Lift it up. There we go. I'm a genius. It holds 800,000 liters. Did I say 800,000 liters? Good grief. 800 liters. And open. So there we go. It's working. Material's going in there, going up in there. It's 1 minute and 31 seconds right now until it's empty. Stuff's going over there. It's getting turned, spun around. Once it's made enough to go onto a pallet, will form there. I believe it wraps it too. Let's get out of there. Pretty neat. You can see it all moving along. Nothing on the screen. 9 bags, 0 pallets. Palletizer fill level. Okay, so let's swap over. If we were to do Baler. Now, to do that, we need to get some noise going. Switch on this bad boy. And I believe, yeah, you don't need to do anything else. I kind of like it with a bit of noise in here. It's too quiet a voice. So we'll swap out to the crane tool. So we need to go over this way. And conveniently, we've actually got a bale just placed here. With the magic of YouTube. So we'll lower that down. Actually, we'll want to spin the claw again this way. Bump the crane. Wait. Trying to thin line here. This is tricky, guys. This is actually tricky. And grab. The bale. I believe. Nope. It's freaking out a bit. This is all me. This is all me being. I'm not gonna lie. This is actually kind of infuriating the way it works. Because the way your mind is thinking that it will work, it ain't working like that. Okay, that should be a halfway decent grab though. Okay, I believe I've got it. Nope, 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 it's going terrible. It's going terrible. Reset. Okay, hopefully I've got it all squared away now. Oh, great success. So, what are my thoughts of the crane? Very, very tricky to use. Now, is it moving? There it is. The bait was kind of stuck there, so Way. Stuff's not happy there. Let's shut down the machine, see if I can just move it over. Just for demonstration. So it's very, very slow at pulling it in. That's almost on the too slow to the side, I'd say. So doing this, would I use the crane? No. I would think I would personally... Ah, sweet, it's unloading right away too. I would personally just fold it. Use the grabs. That's what I was trying to figure out. I would just use the grabs for sure. Okay, so while this is doing this, and we're probably going to get a full pallet out of this, hopefully, I'm going to go over the pricing now. Pricing varies. I'm hoping you're sitting down for this, because the US guys, you're getting screwed. I'm going to be completely honest. $27.31 US dollars for this DLC, or this add-on. It's extremely expensive, I'm not going to lie. For what it is US dollars, it's very expensive, but if you look at euros, the box copy is $19.99. The download copy is €20 and 16, I believe it's cents. I don't know what the euro goes by, but that, when you convert it into British pounds, for any of you guys in the UK that are just going, what, how much? It's marginally more expensive than what we just bought in the Platinum, if you bought the Platinum. The US guys, you be the judge, it's $27, almost £30. That's almost as much as the damn game. I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think the game's that much. I don't know why on Aerosoft's website it's a little funky. Hopefully the pricing's wrong, but I don't think it is. I really don't know if it is. And we see our pallet being moved across to shipping. And it gets wrapped up and cellophaned off, and we can sell it. Which is pretty cool. So we just saw all of that. What do I think of it? Honestly, some of the stuff's a bit of a gimmick, not gonna lie. But the balers, the manual stuff to do with the balers, let's shut this down, I think is really cool. Does it add a whole bunch to the game? Actually, it does. I'm shocked. I come in this thinking kind of negative, not gonna lie. But I'm pleasantly surprised if we go and look at the big balers and all that stuff. I think if you want some added crone stuff, it's worth it. Is it worth $27? I don't think it's worth $27. It's definitely not worth as much as the game is again. So you guys be the judges. Would I have gone out and got it? Possibly. Would I go out and get it personally after seeing this video? Maybe. I think I would. Generally think I would. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys got any questions about it, let me know. Unfortunately, the day this is going live after the embargo, that day I'm at my dad's, so I'm not going to be able to do a live stream on it, which sucks. We'll see how I feel later tonight. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Website link will be in the bottom. Thank you, Aerosoft, for allowing me to do a video on this and giving me the game, well, the add-on. I really appreciate that one. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later. See ya.